Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Part 1 to this video is linked below, so if you haven't seen that, go watch it now. Okay, so in part 1 we prepped the doll, did some body mods, and completed some accessories. Now it's time to work on her head. Since I was planning to do a reroute, I painted the scalp using acrylic paint. I ended up not following the pattern I gave myself at all, so it was kind of a step that didn't need to happen. I had planned to give this doll a reroute, however, I didn't have a reroute tool, so I made one using a needle, pliers, and a pencil. I might just cough up a couple bucks next time to just buy the tool I need. This clip isn't sped up just because I want you guys to see how long it took me when I was using my original technique. My tool was rather difficult to work with, seeing as the needle was hanging out too far, I think, and when I pushed it in further, it would just get pushed deeper and deeper the more I rerouted, so it was a bit of an issue using the pencil after all. Since it seemed every few holes I would break a needle, I decided to enlarge the holes using pins. I decided since the yarn was so thick, even unwound, that I would do it one strand per hole. After making those corrections, such as enlarging the holes and using one strand at a time, my tool did a lot better. But I still broke needles, but I think that's just because I'm new to this. At this point, you can see I got a lot more confident. I got better at using my techniques and applying my knowledge that I had learned from other tutorials. Overall, the reroute was a pleasant experience, and I would definitely do it again. Since I handled the head so roughly during the reroute, some of the paint on the face did chip, so I just whipped out my little paintbrush and some watered down acrylic paint and covered all the scratches, before tying back the hair in preparation for the face up. Since I don't typically use sealant, I could jump right into the face up using my chalk pastels. I applied varying colors above her eyes, on her cheeks, and on her nose. I also added white to accentuate highlights and shadows. It's also worth mentioning that the white helped me to dull down some of the colors when I applied them too heavily. To give myself sort of a template to use acrylic paints over, I sketched out the shape of the eye using some colored pencils. Once I was happy with the sketch, I took out some acrylics to fill in all the lines I had given myself. I figured since the rest of her was so bright, her face would really have to have a pop of color, so I gave her bright green eyes and decided to give her very extravagant makeup. I had tried to draw her eyelashes using a colored pencil, however, I couldn't get it opaque, so I used acrylic paint in this bright cyan color to give her bold eyeliner and matching lashes. This was my first time successfully painting lashes in acrylic paint, and I have to say it was really fun. This doll had a lot of firsts for me, and it was just overall a very pleasant experience. I learned a lot from working with acrylic paints this time around. Quite honestly, it taught me a lot about how acrylic paint works and how best to remove your mistakes. My white pencil did practically nothing on this face-up, but I tried. Using watered-down white paint, I filled in the sclera. To add some depth and color variation, I took my dark green colored pencil and outlined the iris. I also used my yellow colored pencil to add a highlighted part to the middle. I didn't want this character to have any black in her face, so I made her pupil a bright neon orange. I ended up painting her lips two-tone, the top lip being orange and the bottom being yellow. I did something similar on my previous doll, and I rather like how it looks. It adds more variation to the face-up. Since I had the yellow out, I ran a line of highlight just under the pupil. You may have noticed she's pretty obviously missing something very important, so I began sketching in the eyebrows. I wasn't looking forward to this part. Eyebrows are almost always the hardest part of the face. But with patience and a good eraser, you can do it. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know that my phone's been giving me a lot of trouble recently, so I just painted the eyebrows off screen to save me some trouble with filming. After adding some final details, it was time to reunite the head with the body and call this huge project complete. What do you think? Do you guys like her? Thank you so much for watching, and huge thank you to Delightful for hosting this collaboration. It was so much fun. Even though this project came with its challenges and difficulties, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed watching the process too. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!